Stop acting like there's anything wrong with you. Live your life like you are the baddest bee on the planet. Live like that. Stop reminding yourself that somebody left you, somebody cheated on you, somebody betrayed you. Because as long as you have that in your consciousness, you will continue to attract that. So live your life like there's not a damn thing wrong with you. If you a size 16, live your life like you a size 10. You a size 10, live your life. Look at me. I ain't living my life like I'm 72. Woo!
Yes!
Okay? Live your life. Stop picking on yourself. Live your life like there's nothing wrong. And if you step into that, everything that needs to be cleaned, healed, released, surrendered will come to the surface. If you step into the vision you have of yourself, the things you need to let go of, the things you need to release, surrender, forgive, whatever, they'll come to the surface. When they come to the surface, do the work, let it go, and then go back into your best vision of yourself. We spend too much time focusing on the brokenness, focusing on what's wrong. That keeping it in your consciousness attracts more of it to you. You understand? You got to bless the X. And if someone shows up that looks like that, sounds like that, smells like that, bless them and go in the other direction.
Keita, we got to bless some X's.
Yes. And now we...
All right. Is it true that some of us spend too much time focusing on our brokenness and not our best selves? Go ahead. I'm going to go with you first, Ju. Your thoughts.
Man, I think, as a people, we all seem to dive into our negative things more realistically. Like, I could be good at something, but I could be good at 10 things, but I'm only harboring over that one thing I'm bad at. 9 times out of 10, I'm wondering, I got 100 on the test, but I got one question. I got a 99 on the test, and I got that one question wrong. That's all I'm focusing on. I don't know why it's so hard for us to, look beyond that. I even find myself doing this. So I know we're not perfect, but I also think we got to dive into the reality aspect. Sometimes, like I heard what she said, but, some people will listen to someone who accomplished a lot in life and then run with it. And, we got to understand that our words are powerful. So to tell somebody, just do whatever you believe, we also got to live in reality, and everybody's not capable of doing what they think they can do. Now, you can try. I'm not saying don't try, but, I don't want us to lose reality trying to go for something that's just not sustainable to reach.
All right. I'm going to go to Trev. Hey, DJ, get a couple questions queued up. Go ahead, Trev.
She started out really well. I don't believe in beating yourself up about things, pause. But I'll say that there's such a thing as a balance, right? So before social media, I was my absolute worst critic, right? And I believe that sometimes it is healthy for us to focus on the things that are wrong with us, because it will allow us to improve. And me not accepting less for myself is extremely important. I also think it's important to surround myself with people who are not afraid to critique me when I am doing something wrong, because I think that there's something to that self-improvement. She mentioned if you're a size 16, live like you're a size 10. No, work towards getting that damn size 10, right? I think that's more of the attitude that we should have. Again, you don't beat yourself up. You don't hold your head down, but you should look forward to improving as a person at all times, because I don't believe in that acceptance. If we know that there are improvements that we can make, we do it. If there's some things that we can't do, if there's trauma we're dealing with, we handle it, right? We tackle it, whether that means therapy, whatever that therapy looks like for you. But I think that should be a greater focus on the improvement. I didn't hear her say very much about that. And I think that's where we should focus, is more so on the improvement. Definitely, again, do not, you have to hold yourself accountable. You don't have to like holding your head down is unhealthy. Being in sorrow, that's unhealthy, right? And things that you went through, you have to try your best, whatever that looks like for you, to get better, to improve at it. And that's just where I stand on it. I don't feel like we should I'll stress it again. Do not beat up on yourself. But at the same time, you have to look forward to getting better.
I agree with you, man. I agree with you, but there's only one part I'm kind of skeptical about is what you stated was unhealthy. You said it's unhealthy to hold your head down. Me personally, in my experience and people I help, I look at holding your head down as a sign for help. Like a lot of people want to be stoic and hide their pain, hide their tears, how they feeling, hide the gesture of or signal for distress. That means they're devastated. I look at that as a call for help. You know, I want you to cry. I want you to show your pain because somebody's going to be listening. Somebody's going to see that and they'll be able to help you. But if you walk around here strong and shielded and nobody knows what's going wrong and you actually need help, we're not going to be able to see it. You know what I'm saying? Unless we actually have a conversation with you. But it's okay to cry. And I tell guys all the time, it's okay to walk around sad. I want you to do so. If I see you, I'm like, man, what's wrong? And maybe I'll be able to help you. But if you walk around like ain't shit going on, I'm gonna assume ain't shit going on. That's my only thing, man. That's my only caveat.
Yeah, so Darwin, that was the importance of me mentioning that I surround myself with people who couldn't critique me, right? There's some people that you should all have a small circle of people you confide in, people you talk to. And also, I definitely touched on the therapy part of it because you have to, as a human, once you're an adult, you have to be able to identify things when things are wrong. It's just something that we're going to have to do, or we're just going to self-destruct. It's our duty. Like, and I understand that some people may not be able to handle it, but at least identify it. And if once you can identify something's wrong, you go ahead and get that therapy, whatever that looks like. If it's your local group, whether it's a professional, but you got to do something about it.
How are we supposed to tell a woman there's something wrong when she don't really want to hear it? Like, you know how you want to probably tell a woman, hey, look, man, I don't like this shit, or your cooking is bad. But then she run and cry, and then now she start withholding shit from you. Like, how do you deal with that shit? Like,
I've done that. And there's a way to do it. So let's use the example that you stated. Let's say you were talking about the cooking is bad. Then you'd be like, you know what? Let me throw some of this on there. Try like that. Put a little bit of that in there. And then check it out. See if it's any good. You know what I mean? You don't have to demean her. You don't have to beat her up about it. But you be like, hey, try that with that in there. Do you like that a little better? All right, cool. All right.
But what if
bet.
he don't know what to put in there? Like, what if he don't even know how to fix the cooking?
Oh, you're screwed. One of y'all motherfuckers got to know how to cook, man. Come on. Come on. Then you have to get on YouTube or something like.
So wait, I have a question for y'all, because when I was listening to Ayanla, I heard a lot of optimism. Now, depending on your perspective, you might have heard a delusional person.
I don't wake up in the morning and say, I'm going to be Beyonce, because I can't sing. Optimism, a lot of people think is delusion. They think if you're optimistic, you're living in fairyland. But there's a reason the word delusion exists, and there's a reason the word optimism exists. They're different. Optimism, to me, looks like this. If you wake up today and you think you can, well, then you have a better chance too. If you don't think you can, you have no chance. If you've woken up today and you're pessimistic or cynical and you're like, I can't become an influencer, I can't write a book, I can't create content, I can't start a coffee brand, or I can't draw, well, then you can't. So you have to be careful that your optimism isn't delusional. But without optimism, nobody would ever achieve anything. If I don't think I can, I won't.
So is there a thin line between optimism and delusion?
Correct. Yeah, I think she was riding the line of delusion. When I heard that 16 to 10, that shit drove me nuts. So I would absolutely say if you were a 16, do not ride around like you were 10. Like, you need to be working towards. I mean, you got to work towards that 10. Don't ride around like you were 10, because you're not going to yield the results that you want, as Darwin would say. That's not it. So you have to get to that 10. You can't ride around like you were 10 till you get to it.
and women are already doing it. I feel like it was unnecessary to say that. I think women are already doing that. I think Kevin Samuels precisely exposed that women have already been doing that without even nobody telling them to. That's just innate. So I don't know if she's trying to
Wait,
erase that.
Dara. What are women doing?
They're going around as if they're like, for example, I'm a 10 or some shit when they probably like a 6 or something.
No, what I think
what I think she's speaking to in that post is the women who, oh, I'm on my healing journey. I'm not ready to date anybody. I'm working on myself. I'm not dealing with anybody. All I do is go home, go to work and go home. But you're holding on to whatever past traumas that you've had in a relationship. I think she's talking to those people, women or men who hold on and kind of seclude themselves from the world, but say they want certain outcomes, but they don't realize that their pain and their trauma and their sorrow, they're literally walking lockstep with it each and every day. Those people, Kevin Tillers used to interview people and they're like, oh, well, I don't really date anybody. It's just so what you're doing, how you're living is not going to get you to the outcomes that you are asking for and that you desire. I think she's talking to those people. But I do know what you're talking about, women who can be delusional and not work on themselves and say, oh, I'm the best thing since sliced bread, but you're not really looking at why you're not getting the outcomes. Those are two different
The
groups
only
of
reason why I said
people.
that, she said, live life. Literally, live your life like that. And for me, there's no room, or she didn't compensate for. Okay, you live your life like that, but make sure that you're intentional about improving, and on the back end or some shit. Like, no, fuck that. I'm 300 pounds. I'm gonna live like I'm 120 pounds. Fuck it.